Hello everybody and welcome back once again to Super Metroid Exercise. And we are still looking around, partially looking, or I guess more, not partially, being completely, good grief, completely lost because we don't have gravity suit and all that fun stuff that comes with gravity suit. Such as the ability to move through water, which is something very important for Maridia. So I spend a while looking around in other places and maybe finding a few things, but otherwise not exactly what I was looking for. But I don't have so much issue with that because a lot of it's like at this point where the game's encouraging you to go look around a little bit. I mean, I could have gone straight to Maridia and there would be absolutely nothing wrong with that because that's actually where I have to go to get gravity suit. It's in Maridia, but collecting items is not a bad thing. So there was this fun little reserve tank, and it's kind of showing you, hey, you can speed boost and morph ball, which I already figured out from the energy tank room, which I don't collect that energy tank. And back here is just a long path for that reason. There's no other reason to go back here that I'm aware of. Actually, I take that back. There's a power bomb up here. It's like, oh, hey. So yes, there's another reason to come back. Or there's at least an item of some sort up here. In this very suspicious looking block. And it's just a missile, not a power bomb, but oh well. Missiles are good. They come in very handy at night. Some very loud complaining animals outside right now. And so the upper room was that energy tank where I don't have gravity suit, so I never bothered visiting that room again, of course. It's like, oh, I don't need energy, who needs it? Yeah, I'm good enough. But there are some interesting things still to discover that I am not quite aware of yet. And seriously, a good way to hide some secrets is with those nom nom plants. Because you just put them randomly throughout rooms, on the ceiling and the floor, whatever. You will make people jump into every single one of them to find out if there's a secret. Now, it'd be really mean if these things are like featured in your hack and everywhere, and there isn't a single secret in any of them. That would just be mean. So leave that to the professionals. It would also be mean to hide a secret in any of them. Okay, so this door is kind of back here already. This is, like I said, the entrance to Lower Norfair. It's a very weird entrance to Lower Norfair and all that. It's like, oh, well, maybe I should run through here, right? It's like, I can do this. Zap these guys. Get rocks thrown in my face. Die. Now, you may think reserve tanks came in handy there, but no, they did not, because they just gave me energy, which is what energy tanks do. If I had, let me see, 7 energy tanks, say 2 reserve tanks, replace those with energy tanks, and I would not have needed reserve tanks. So no, they were not helpful. And knowing you would be dead going through there, gave you an energy refill off the crab thing. And prepare your eyes, because he used Red Crateria. Why do people use Red Crateria? Stop it, people. Seriously. It is a health hazard. At least to me. It's going to severely raise my blood pressure. Anyway. You could come down here and do things, but it's not worth it right now. You will want at least the next suit to give you some more protection. Because this place is not particularly nice. Not to the eyes, not to you. Not to Samus. It's red and evil. However, we do finally pick up another super, and that is a good thing to have before getting to what's his face, the shrimp guy, Dragon. I know Metroid. And these are very interesting tile blocks. Use different palettes, mix them together, make some nice little patterns. And it just drops you off here, which now has lower Norfair music because he didn't set the music to change, he just set to continue. So yeah, there's that. And nice enough to drop you off. Give you some refill bugs right here. Now these bugs, I will say, not the best to use grapple beam on, because when you have a beam that can just outright destroy them in one shot, or freeze them and then destroy them. Because then you're getting 5 at a time, and grapple will only do the 1 at a time, so it's really not giving you much of a benefit there. So, back in Norfair, still lost. I don't want to go to lower Norfair because it was red and evil. Eventually, I will find my way back to Maridia and just decide to go with it. But, because you know, some hacks do that to force a small bit of Maridia underwater on the player before they can collect Gravity Suit. But right now, there was that one room, if you recall, in the wreck ship. Well, kind of in the wreck ship. That I didn't go through because I didn't have grapple and all that fun stuff. And now that I have speedball, actually, we could just go through that. But yeah, I decided to go back there because my idea was, well, I need something that goes underwater. There was this underwater room with grapple blocks. I just got grapple. Maybe I get gravity suit back here. It is in the wrecked ship after all. So, which is not exactly bad thinking, but it's not exactly not how it works in this hack. And why these space pirates are just hanging out, and I don't know how I made that. But you can do it that way, obviously. And then the fun wreck ship. Fun because it's the wreck ship. This, excuse me. So here's one of the reasons why I despise Red Crateria so much. The wreck ship is, I would say, probably the most average tile set in the game. It's hard to work with and get something to look really good. It's like you can make something look better with any other tile set, to me. I don't know, other people probably have different thoughts. They might like it a lot more than I do, but to me this tile set's the worst. That being said, I don't mind people using it as much as I do Red Crateria. because Red Crateria, the Craterian tile set, you can make really, really good stuff with them. Sometimes those are the best looking rooms is with Crateria. However, instead of using this tile set that you can make some really good stuff with, or at least, at the very least, just solid stuff, they use Red Crateria and burn your eyes out and make you miserable. That's... yeah, just no. Just... spare us. So, anyway. Don't hit spikes if you want to live, and grappling is fun. Despite what Epi says, grappling is very fun. And then, again, should have completely drained out of this room into the room below, but somehow it's still in here. And this room I never actually explored because I was almost dead when I came in here. And so I'm thinking, this might be Gravity Suit. It makes sense, it's underwater, I needed grapple, so I at least had to get stuff done in Norfair. This just might be it. And I have brain farts for no reason. And there's Grappling. Oh, here it is. It's X-ray. It is X-ray. Now, it is a wider beam. You can move it around. It feels a little bit faster. Maybe it isn't. Maybe you can't move it up and down faster. But it is a wider beam, which is actually nice. If you use X-ray, give it a wider beam. That way, the player is not stuck with the stupid item. Looking through it so much. Going, this is like other M, find a pixel in this thing somewhere. It's not really as bad as that, but... And of course, be careful coming out, because again, these stupid spiky platform things. So, yay, we got X-ray. I've never been so happy ever. Seems like in this video, there's a lot of just, Red Crateria, X-ray. Of course, I saw the wreck ship before. I don't mention the wreck ship so much because I don't like the tile set, but generally, it is better than Red Crateria. There always seems to be something that people could do worse, and they do that thing. It's generally labeled Red Crateria. Why? I guess I'm going to keep raining on this until it stops. Seriously, people. So now that I have Speed Booster, I can actually go back this way. Which again, I'm pretty sure I was supposed to have got it before I went to the wreck ship in the first place. I don't know, I'm not 100% sure. I don't think there's an item progression listed anywhere. And that little thing there is something any hacker should be aware of. If you have door transitions, make sure there's solid blocks on either side of the door so the player can't hit it at a weird or below something and potentially get stuck in the next room. And if you're wondering how that's possible, it's very possible with slopes. So make sure not to do that. And as always when making a hack, test it thoroughly and get at least 2 other people to test it well. Good testers too. Not just people who just like, oh, I want to play this early. They make terrible testers. I know. And don't worry about if your testers start complaining about a bunch of stuff. That is what you want. You want them to tell you everything that's bad about it. And you don't want them to sugarcoat it in any way. You need to know this. like, hey, this is awful, fix it. So back in wonderful La La Land here, and that space pirate hidden behind the thing's kind of mean. However, it hardly deals any damage. Now, if it was one of those spike platforms or space pirate that dealt an energy tank damage, that might be a bit much. But again, just to reiterate, get good testers. Can never, ever make up for not having good testers. And nope, a lot of the reason is because you can't test. You can test your own hack in some ways. You can make sure all the door connections are fine and whatnot, but you can't experience the hack the way someone else can. You've made the thing, you know how everything is, you know the correct path, you know all this and that. You know all the secrets, you know all the items you could have at a certain point. Like, I may be able to have 10 energy tanks before Crate. I don't know. But it may be possible. And if you made the hack, you would know that. But obviously, you will find players play your hack in every single way you did not intend. It's just going to happen. Whatever you want the player to do, they are not going to do it. They're not just going to do the complete opposite. They're going to do the complete opposite and completely get themselves screwed over. They will find a way. So, testers, very important. So yes, I finally just go back here. I'm like, it's either lower Norfair or Maridia, and I kind of feel like Maridia. Even though the boss order hasn't quite been in order. The boss order hasn't quite been in order. English. It's amazing. Although I'm not entirely sure I'm supposed to do Fantoon before Crade. I think I am, but again, I don't know for sure. I didn't look back. And if you wait long enough, on that second block, the water will drop beneath you, and you can just jump up. So, Maridia. By far the best looking place in the whole hack. It still has weird things, but I don't mind. And there will be some interesting little things you will see soon. However, excuse me, there is a save station right up here. Like, oh, hey. And this is where I'm going to stop it. So, thanks for watching and listening to the rant, and don't ever use Red Crateria, people. And we will see you for the next video of Metroid Exercise, where we get further into Maridia. So we will see you for that.